Jai Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, prayers by Queen Kuntī and Parīkṣit said. Here in the verse 27, Queen Kuntī addressing to Vasudeva, Lord Sri Krishna, that my obeisance unto you. You are the property of the materially improvised. You have nothing to do with the action and reaction of the material mode of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and master, are master of the monists. So here it is mentioned, Nama Kinchana Vedaya Nivruta Guna Vartaya Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataya Namaha. So here the purport is, a living being is finished as soon as there is nothing to possess. Therefore, a living being cannot be, in the real sense of the term, a renouncer. A living being renounces something for gaining something more valuable. A student sacrifices his childish proselytise to gain better education. A servant gives up his job for a better job. Similarly, a devotee renounces the material world not for nothing, but for something tangible in spiritual value. Sarila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Sarila Raghunath Das Goswami and others gave of their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of service of the Lord. They were big men in the worldly sense. The Goswami are a minister in the government service of Bengal, and Sarila Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of a big Jamidar of his time, but they are left everything to gain something superior to what they previously possessed. The devotees are generally without material prosperity, but they are a very secret treasure house in the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna. There is a nice story about Sarila Sanatana Goswami. He had a touchstone, and this stone was left in a pile of refuse. A needy man took it, but later on wondered why the valuable stone was kept in such a neglected place. He therefore asked Sanatana for the most valuable thing, and then he was given the holy name of the Lord. Ankichana means one who has nothing to give materially. A factual devotee or a Mahatma doesn't give anything material to anyone because he has already left all the material assets. He has give all the material assets. He can, however, deliver the supreme assets, namely the personality of a Godhead, because he is the only property of the factual devotee. The touchstone of Sanatana Goswami, which was thrown in rubbish, was not the property of Goswami. Otherwise, it would not have been kept in such a place. This specific example is given for the neophyte devotee just to convince them that material hankerings and spiritual advancement go ill together, unless spirit and matter. A spiritual master like Sarila Sanatana Goswami, although personally able to see everything as spiritual, set this example for us only because we have no such spiritual vision. Advancement of a material vision or material civilization is a great stumbling block for spiritual advancement. Such material Such material advancement entails the living being in the bondage of a material body, followed by all sorts of a material misery. Such material advancement is called anartha, or things not wanted. Actually, this is so in present context of a material advancement, one use lipstick at a cost of 50 cents. And there are so many unwanted things which are all product of material conception of life. By diverting attention to so many unwanted things, human energy is spoiled without advancement of a spiritual realization, a prime necessity of human life. The attempt to reach the moon is another example of spoiling energy, because even if the moon is reached, the problem of life will not be solved. The devotee of the Lord are called Ankishans because they have practically no material assets. Such material assets are all products of three modes of material nature. They fuel spiritual energy, and thus the less we possess such product of a material nature, the more we have a good chance for spiritual progress. The Supreme Personality of a Godhead has no direct connection with material activities. All his acts and deeds, which are exhibited even in material world, are spiritually and without affection for the mode of material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that all his acts, even his appearance and disappearance in and out of a material world, are transcendental, and one who knows his perfectly shall not take his bath again in this material world, but we will go back to Godhead. The material disease is due to hankering after and lording it over material nature. This hankering is due to the interaction of the three modes of material nature, and neither the Lord nor the devotee have attachment for such false enjoyment. Therefore, the Lord and the devotee are called Nirvata Gunavati. The perfect Nirvata Gunavati is the Supreme Lord because he never becomes attracted by the mode of material nature, whereas the living beings have such a tendency. Some of them are entrapped by the illusionary attraction of the material nature. Because of the Lord is the property of the devotee, and the devotee are the properties of the Lord reciprocally. The devotee are certainly transcendental to the mode of material nature. That is the natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotee are distinct from the mixed devotee who approach the Lord for migration, mitigation of misery and poverty, or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotee and the Lord are transcendentally attached to another. For other, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atmarama, self-satisfied as he is. He is the master of the monist who seeks to merge into the existence of the Lord. Such monist merge within the personal effulgence of the Lord are called Brahmayoti. But the devotee enter into the transcendental pastime of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material. So here it is mentioned that those who are the devotee, they will feel like the Lord is the property of the devotee, and the devotee are the properties of the Lord reciprocally. That is what it is mentioned. And once a devotee is getting in that position, he will be self-satisfied or Atma Atmarama. Jai Jagannath. Jai Sri Krishna.